I'm not sure, but I almost think I like the golf streams better because I play the normal music instead of this shitty, what do you call it, DMCA stuff. But, hello. I haven't done a flight sim stream in a while. Lately it's been more golf than anything. And I figured I got home early enough today that I'd have a little bit of time to do this before I have to go to bed and get up early tomorrow to do some stuff and get caught up on things that I've been lacking on for the last month or so. But hello, Aeroflyer. Hello, Smiley Beaches. Smile. Yeah, I had to sneak one in. And Poutine Flyer. Hello. So I put up a poll. I'm gonna wait for the poll to run out. Hey, Beer Slayer. Welcome in. Oh crap! It's tied. Oh, never mind. It's not anymore. But we'll let the poll run out here, then we'll pick a flight where we're going to go to after that. If we do a GA flight, I've already kind of figured out where I want to go, but it's an airliner. I haven't really decided yet. And I'm not sure how many flights I'm going to do. Might only do one and then maybe do golf for an hour or so, or I might do 2 flights and no golf, or might do 2 flights and golf afterwards still. It just all depends how I'm feeling, I guess, after this is over. Because I've been up since 4 this morning. Hey, Wills. So, probably don't want to keep on looking at the start screen, so I'll at least get into the sim anyways. So, it looks like GA1, so I'm thinking instead of flying something like the Caravan like I have been flying a lot lately, I'm going to fly this, the Cub Crafters Carbon Cub. Because the last time I've flown this would have been with tail dragger version, and I'm gonna fly the one with the nose wheel instead and see how it goes. So I'm gonna update the route command here quickly so you guys can see where we're gonna go. It's mostly gonna be VFR. Like, I mean, I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is we're gonna take off from Boundary Bay Airport, which is just south of YVR, or southeast of YVR, so in southern British Columbia, and then we're going to take off, head north up towards the Fraser River, fly along the Fraser River, land on a couple sandbars, so we'll do some off airport flying, and then we'll head up towards Hope, do a touch and go there, and then fly back towards Boundary Bay. We might land at Boundary Bay, where we might even end up going to Pitt Meadows Airport instead, actually. I mean, and land there for the end of this flight. So altogether, it should take, actually, it's probably going to be a good hour and a half, I would say. Hey, Chewy Nuts. Thank you for the follow. You're still streaming? I could have sworn I seen that you're alive. All right, so what was I going to do? I was going to update the route command. The 69 gift subs, you just saw it. Yeah, imagine that. He had to pick that number. And Trinas, thanks for the raid. And thanks for the follow. Good to see you. I was lurking a little bit earlier, but I got home not too long ago and I was kind of lurking for a few minutes while I was eating. And hello, Firebird. Hear this game in US. And Fearless Gaming US, thanks for the follow. Yeah, so I'm kind of just winging it a little bit, but we're gonna fly the Cup Crafters Cub here. Let's actually go back to the map and we'll get loaded in at the airport, so you're not just staring at the menus. I might even do a VFR flight on Pilot Edge afterwards, but I'm not sure because it's already 8:30, so I might just hold off on that one. No, your craziness didn't scare me away. It never does. I mean, I just haven't been on Twitch lately either, so I haven't really been around or anything either to say hello or anything like that. What am I getting into? Actually, I'm starting to wonder that now because I think I'm starting to crash already, even though I thought I had more energy than this. Yeah, so we're gonna do some VFR flying. We're gonna take off from Boundary Bay Airport here, which is just southeast of Vancouver, or southeast of YVR, and then we're gonna head north up towards the Fraser River, fly along the Fraser River, land on a couple sandbars, head up towards Hope, and then fly back and probably land at Boundary Bay again, or maybe even Pitt Meadows. I'm not sure which one's gonna be our destination yet. I think I'm not even gonna bother with the route command, to be honest, because it's gonna change. All right, let's load in somewhere here. And I'm pretty sure, even though there's no snow in the lower mainland, it's gonna put snow in this flight at some point. So we're gonna change the weather probably to clear skies instead of having it on live weather, because it's gonna be wrong. I think Asobel hasn't figured out yet that their weather sometimes puts snow where it shouldn't be, even though it might be at higher elevations, but not at lower elevations in the valley bottoms. So, yeah. Yeah. You think after a couple of years they would have figured that out by now, but I guess not yet. But either way, it still looks nice. It does happen a lot in Alaska. Even in the Fraser Valley here in BC or whatever, like you get out towards Hope or whatever, they'll start putting snow in Hope again, even though there is no snow there. They'll start showing it on the ground as soon as you get east of like Chilliwack or something like that. So there might be snow like up right on the very mountaintops, but that's it though. And I think because they assume that the snow's up there, it'll be down in the valley bottoms, even though you kind of think with the temperature range from lower altitudes to higher altitudes, they would kind of be able to work that out somewhat still. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Well, there's no snow here yet, so maybe we'll just hold off on the weather changes, see what it shows when we get farther east. All right, so no tail dragger today. I've flown the tail dragger a lot before, but I figured I'd give this one a shot because I haven't touched this one yet, and I'm not sure whether this one was in one of the last sim updates or if this is part of sim update 11, because I never really looked to see what the changes were or anything like that. In the middle of summer, it's all covered in snow. Yeah, I can't figure that one out. Even it's like I've even noticed too, the temperature will say it's 12 degrees Celsius outside and it'll still put snow there. You know what? I should do the route command. It's only going to take a second. Okay, where am I going? Cloudbot. And route. All right. Charlie, Zulu, Bravo, Bravo, CYHE, and then we'll put question mark for the destination after that. All right, thanks for Lurch Nuts, and thanks for the follow, and thanks for the raid again. We'll see you around at some point. I'll either try to get in your stream at some point again, or maybe in Sim Caesar stream or something. We'll see you somewhere anyways. Or Conti's somewhere along the way, somewhere we'll end up seeing each other again. There we go. That works for now. All right, let's get the sounds turned on. There, I already have them on. All right, into the cockpit or the plane. Batteries on. Well, that is the AV master switch now. It's been a while since I've actually looked at this plane. I kind of forget it actually. And I'd put my track on. Oh, the fuel is already on left. All right. The music sounds louder tonight than it normally does. I don't know why it always sounds different every time I do this. It's weird. All right. Where was I? I'm already sidetracked. Oh, great. Stutters. This is the first time I've touched this since Sim Update 11, and I've hardly even flown in it since Sim Update 10 as well too, so I think I've only been in the sim like 3 times in the last couple months. FR, good enough. Not that I'm on a network anyways right now, so it doesn't even matter. All right, what was the weather here? Let's see what it is for YVR, because at least that'll give us an idea of which way we want to take off. Winds are 320 at 6 knots. So we'll take off on 3-1 and then we'll make a turn. A slight turn to the north or whatever to head up towards the river, and then we'll just start following the river along. See what we can see. I did this when the sim first came out, so that would have been a couple years ago at least anyways, and I think I might have done it one stream before as well too, doing this off airport flying, but I don't remember too much about what the sandbars were like or where they were that we could land. I mean, the ones that were long enough to land on anyway, so we'll see how it goes. Crap, I already forgot what I was doing again. Getting distracted way too easy tonight now. Alright, so we're at the GA parking, so we'll head that way. Oh yeah. Seems like it doesn't want to really taxi all that straight. I didn't think the winds would be that strong. Could log on Pilot Edge too after we get back towards this airport and even just fly south and get VFR flight follow into a non-towered airport or class Delta or something too. Should actually check if I'm... Last time I was in the sim, I might have been offline actually. So I'm just going to double check and see what if I'm still online as far as the multiplayer goes, or what if that's turned off right now still. No, it's on. Northern Europe online, yeah. I'm getting stutters though, I don't know. It's not like consistent stutters either, it's just every once in a while when I turn my head, it's like it does it. I never changed any of my settings or anything, so I'll have to see how this goes. Maybe that might decide if I want to do one flight and then do golf then. Controls are really sensitive to it, seems like. This feels weird, actually. I was wondering why the landing lights weren't coming on. I'll go with pulse. You know what plane would be good for this is that Kit Fox that's available in the Orbix store. Oh yeah, I forgot this has prop. Probably not gonna bother with the autopilot, we'll just keep hand flying it. We're probably not gonna get very high either. Yeah, see, you can already see the snow off in the distance, and there is no snow there yet. So that's changing right now. Probably only see snow down here like around Christmas time again, like usual, if that, or after New Year's for like a week, and then it'll be back to just rain again or sun. Actually, I haven't flown around here since since the world update either. I forgot that I noticed the line. I mean, you can see the Lionsgate, or not the Lionsgate Bridge, the Alex Fraser Bridge right there. I guess that's one way of putting it, Aeroflyer. That's actually kind of cool seeing the Alex Fraser Bridge there now, because before it was just a basic bridge and that was it. The first time I've actually checked this out. Cell tower. I know they put the Lionsgate Bridge in as well too, which is over by Stanley Park, but I don't think they put the... I don't think they put the Portman Bridge in though, which is one of the more major bridges as well too that gets, I mean, that's used, that runs along the Trans-Canada Highway actually into Vancouver. The tourism board should just hire you already. I'll be a reference for you. That looks like it's the SkyTrain Bridge up ahead. And then the Patello Bridge. Holy God, is this ever stuttering? And I don't know why, because my settings aren't any different than they were before. Actually, those bridges still look kind of shit. Look at that, there's Fraser Surrey Docks there now. That's actually there. Holy God, is that ever bad? I used to work right there. But what I used to manage and run, they've tore it down and relocated it out to Winnipeg now. More tall buildings than you expected. Yeah, this is New Westminster. And then Surrey is off to our right side here. Burnaby's over there. You know what? We should have flown the Beaver. I don't know why we didn't fly. Actually, nah, I don't want to touch that one yet. I'd imagine it's going to be bad for FPS too. Even though it seems like everything is right now. No, I don't live in Winnipeg. God, no, I'd never move to Winnipeg. I live in southern BC. A little outside of Vancouver. So we're kind of flying in my area that I live in, roughly. I think the farther we get away from Vancouver, the FPS might get a little bit better as well too. That kind of sucks. I was hoping that it would have been better than this. We could have even done a loop around like downtown or something. You're from Toronto? See, that's a lot better than Winnipeg too. I think anybody would be nuts to live in Winnipeg now. I think Saskatoon's about as far east as I would go for living. Yeah, they didn't even do the Portman Bridge yet. This is just a generic bridge. You seen any snow out there yet, or is it still fairly warm? I haven't been out there for, I think the last time I would have been out there, I would have been a kid still. So late 80s, I think I would have been out there. We're gonna climb a little bit. Yeah, the scenery is. It's just too bad the frame rates are not that great right now. Usually they're a lot better than this. Stay at the best hotels. What kind of hotels would they have there? What's that? That's magnificent and amazing at Winnipeg. Oh. I can't argue that one then, I guess. I've been out to Winnipeg though a couple times just because I've had to head out there to work with some people in the past and stuff like that, but that's it. We're actually going the wrong way. 'Cause right now we're over Port Coquitlam. That is VIF Yard, or the Vancouver Intermodal Facility in Pitt Meadows. Or Maple Ridge. Yeah, Pitt Meadows. Maple Ridge is farther east. You already traveled there twice for that. I'm gonna have to check that out. Hey, look at that. There is. Ah, you're spotted. And you're in a better spot than. That makes me smile now knowing that somebody's flying along. You're in the 172, so at least your speed should be about the same then. See, even here, the Golden Years Bridge isn't really resembled, I mean, or is it? Here we go. My words aren't working again already. Isn't showing like it should be in the sim here either. I would have thought we would have been close enough still that this would have been kind of included in the scenery update for Vancouver. I'm glad I kind of took that bit of a detour then, because otherwise I wouldn't have seen you taking off. I'm thinking it's just a girl strip regardless. Why is the flight director on? And why won't it turn off? I get the feeling it's because of the honeycomb. Yep. Girls trip regardless. All right, I don't want to be flying right over top of the river because otherwise we're not gonna see any of the sandbars to possibly land at. So right ahead of us is Fort Langley. Small little airstrip that's right off the side of the river there. Could even land there too, actually, when we come back, instead of going all the way to Pitt Meadows where Wilson Ats just took off from. Will's on Ats. I need to start saying it slower. Hey, B Squad leader. Yeah, it's the Fraser. Never did climb higher. Now it's probably pointless. Actually, no. With a lot of the sandbars aren't until we get closer to like Chilliwack, anyways, where we can start landing on them. I think. You're at Fort Langley and figured, yeah. Well, I keep forgetting we have to change tanks in this plane. Yeah, I was saying that earlier. I should have taken the beaver, but I haven't looked at it yet either. So it would have been the first time taking it. So I don't know how well that would have gone. I probably would have sat there for a long time, kind of messing around with it before taking off. There, you can change tanks 3 times. Oh god. If I get another streaming sometime this week, I'll take the beaver next time then and we'll fly that. Does shake a lot? Huh. Actually, we could even head north. There's so many areas we can go to. Like, we can even head north along Harrison Lake too, and kind of fly around there and come back also. Time to change beavers. Hey, November 803 Fox. Thanks for the raid. I was lurking in your stream earlier too, watching you fly. I should have said hello, but I keep forgetting. I get in there and I watch for a little bit, and I don't know. I never really have anything to say or anything either. But I was watching you fly though. I haven't gotten in your stream much lately, but I do enjoy it though, and I like your sim. Hey, Peter. Hey, Hawker. Hey, Sasquatch. Bunch of names I haven't seen for a while. Actually, no, I've seen you around in the last few weeks, I think, at some point. You made changes to your sim there, to your plane there lately? Because when I was watching earlier, it looked like one of your 530 or something looked like it was. Actually, no, you did change your 530 out, didn't you? I'm trying to remember now. Just a 430 now, okay. So I thought something was different. How are you finding X-Plane 12? So a bit more slant alpha. Nice. How are you finding X-Plane 12 so far? See another plane behind us. Moet. Aha. So right now we're right over top of Mission. So we should be seeing some kind of a sandbar at some point here soon that we can land at. X-Plane 12 has been crashing. You got MSFS 2020 to fit in sim. Oh, so you did give it a shot again then. So I remember you tried it a while back around the time that... I think it would have been around the time that the Oshkosh event was going on Pilot Edge, I think, or something. I remember you tested it out then too. Marks much better on a new system. That's good. Yeah, because you got a new GPU since then, haven't you? No, you said hello after the Silent Alpha raid. Oh, sorry, Peter. Never mind. I just reread that again. Brain fart. Alright, so there's Sumas Mountain. So there should be... I guess there used to be more sandbars already along here. Maybe not. It is closer up towards like Vetter Mountain or that area. Chilliwack Mountain. Keep forgetting to track my pause. I mean, or track my pause IR. Keep forgetting to pause my track IR, so you guys aren't seeing my head moving around constantly when I'm looking down at like Google Maps and Sky Vector and stuff like that. Oh yeah, I forgot that they had that logbook in the sim. I'm surprised they haven't gotten rid of that yet, considering that most people, well, I guess Xbox users wouldn't be able to use like Sim Toolkit Pro and stuff like that to log their flights or anything. So I guess it would make sense to have it on there still in that case. Alright, I still see two planes behind me. FPS seems like it's gotten better since we gotten out of the Vancouver area. Or out of Greater Vancouver anyways. So really, one of these little islands here, there should be a sandbar at, but it looks like right now it's all covered in trees. This was good in X-Plane too when you had ortho, because at least then you were able to see the sandbars a lot easier too, and the trees were a little bit less in X-Plane 11 than they are in this sim. Hey people, welcome on in. I think for some reason I thought it was Peter that sent that message earlier about the logbook, because I seen the purple color for the name tag and then I didn't read the name. You still working on the I ratings on Pilot Edge November 8033, or did you finish them already? A little bit of a sandbar there, but not enough to land on though. That one there we might be able to do. But I know there's other ones that are along here that are easier to... a lot easier to see. Maybe we'll overfly that one and we'll see what it's like, and then we'll decide if if it's long enough to land at or not. So I'm not exactly following any real rules or anything right now as far as like altitudes and stuff go. Like I should have been at 1,500 feet going east, but I wasn't really doing much of that. Yeah, I think we'll land at that one right at the base of the mountain there pretty well. So right there. That one's easy to land on. So you've done it. It'll be practice for me because I haven't done it for a while. Actually, it was more fun doing it in Tail Dragger though too, because you had... Maybe I should have taken a Tail Dragger version of this again. Come over the mountain and do a steep approach, not likely, but hello, two-faced disc. Yeah, 75. Probably shouldn't have put in the first notch of flaps yet when I'm still going this fast as well too. I'm not doing anything right. I'm doing all right tonight. How are you doing? Oh, that's already there. Oh no. Oh, the good. I haven't had a crashed desktop in this sim for a long time, and I thought I was just about to have one. I think you're right. That one's going to be a little bit too easy to land on. That's actually a pretty good length, it looks like. Keeping extra busy, that's not always a bad thing either. That was a little rough. That bump didn't help there, did it? Or that mound of dirt. Looks like that was right where you kind of ended up catching it there. Oh no. It still breaks like the... Oh god. Still kind of breaks like Tail Dragger does, it seems like. Oh, come on. Don't do this. That was terrible now. I'm not happy with that. That's what it is. This sensitivity is like nuts. Put 200 pounds in the back. All right, I'll taxi over towards you guys, and then we'll get a quick screenshot, and then we'll take off and continue heading east again. I don't want to come too close though, because otherwise, your name tag's already disappeared. You know what? In that case, I will just taxi right over beside you anyways, and then I'll just use the drone cam. Probably don't even need the flaps. This is probably long enough to take on with, or, well, it's still gonna be soft field takeoff anyways. That's a nice livery. All right, pause to track our drone cam. See Will's Nats there, but his plane must be paused or something right now, maybe in the menu. But his name tag's there, so that's good enough. Hang on, okay, I'll hang on. There he is. Oh, you just reset the server, okay. All right. Screenshots. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna taxi. Nah, there's enough room here to take off right from where we are, I think. We'll take off and then we'll keep heading east along the river. Then the closer we get towards Hope, there will be more sandbars. Actually, around Agassiz, there's going to be another good one that we can land at, or even just east of Agassiz. Around Ruby Creek. All right, parking brake's not even on, so here we go. Oh shit, almost did it. Should have had some flaps in, I think. That's the first time I've actually had anybody fly along with me. I mean, like doing this type of flying anyways. That was, like, obviously we've had people fly along before, but doing this off airport flying kind of stuff like this, like landing on sandbars like that, is the first time anybody's actually joined in on this like that. Gotta do more of it at some point. Find other spots to go, like up in Alaska or something like that too. So there's obviously these ones here, but I don't want to keep on landing at ones that are close by, like where we just landed at. So I think we'll go a little bit farther and see what we can find. Good lord. Just, I'm not reading chat very well tonight. I seen you were flying in the sim there a few days ago too, Two-Face Disc. You still doing DCS at all, or are you taking a bit of a break from that too? I haven't really been watching much on Twitch lately for anything. Actually, I think I've hardly been around lately at all. I mean, like, I think the last month or so, I've maybe spent like 3 hours total watching streams, and that's it. That's weird that you had to reset the server, because I was able to see that you took off that Pit Meadows. Like, I seen you were playing then too, so it's actually kind of bizarre that it disappeared like that. So I'm thinking when we get close to like Ruby Creek or Hurlin Island, there's another area where there should be a couple to land on actually, so we should be good when we get to that point to see something anyways. It's too bad there wasn't something up along Harrison Lake that we could go to also. Yeah, see, that's odd. If you're into default too, like you'd think that'd be even less of an issue then, because like everybody's got that. I mean, got the default Cessnas as well. Like that's really odd. I wonder if it's a known bug or something that they just haven't fixed yet or anything like that. I've been terrible at flying today. Like this is. I think I've gotten too reliant on the autopilot. Either that, or I've just flown the Warrior too much. The Cherokee and the Caravan too much lately. That because I think those have been really the only two planes I've been flying for quite a while actually. Once in a while the RV-14. Hardly touched any airliners. Like I think I've flown the PMDG 737 like maybe 4 or 5 times. I actually kind of feel bad for that. I should have been flying it more after winning it on Conti's stream. Otherwise, I should have just let it go to somebody else instead. Oh. Controls are really touchy. I don't know if I have to readjust them again or... Have you noticed with this update whether your controls have been a lot more sensitive or anything compared to the past, or is it just me? So that's the small little community of Agassiz. Everybody that lives there calls it Agony. I have a feeling a lot of these will be covered in trees. So over there would be Seabird Island. Right here. Hurlin Island should be right there pretty well. Maybe a little bit farther up actually. Hurland Island should be right around this, right around where the tip of the mouse pointer is. There should be a couple sandbars there. I would actually wonder when this ortho would have been taken, whether it would have been earlier in the spring, still when snow was melting, or what. Just see more. Yeah, there he is. I almost kind of want to get that. I think I might end up getting that Kit Fox now, just to see what it's like for doing like short takeoffs and stuff like that. Maybe I'll get that, and then if I stream again sometime this week, we'll do some more of this type of flying with the Kit Fox, and then we'll do some flying with the Beaver as well too. If I get my stuff done early enough tomorrow, maybe I'll fly around with the Beaver, or get kind of familiar with the Beaver and see what it's like. Kit Fox is fun. I wonder if it was you that had seen flying it before, Beer Slayer, or whether if it was, because I remember seeing somebody flying it one day, and it was, I'm trying to remember whose stream it was in now actually. I'm trying to remember now. My memory's shot. So Hurland Island is right below us, right there. Laidlaw's right ahead of us. There's not too much for sandbars out here actually in the sim, which kind of sucks. We might just end up going right all the way out to Hope instead and just landing there. Yeah, it probably was Sim's Sunday fly along. Because I don't think in Conti's streams usually we're flying stuff that's a little bit quicker, like usually 150 knots or faster or something, it seems like. This is the Fraser River, House 75. When we did the Canada fly-alongs, we actually flew along this river on SimStream the one day. When I did the the 3 flights that one Sunday, probably like 6 weeks ago, I think it was. Because we would have flown along, we would have taken off just around Chilliwack. I think it was like, what was the name of that small field again? I remember, I just can't think of it right now. Pretty Estates, I think it was, or something like that actually. And then we flew up along here over to Hope. Then when we got to Hope, we flew north and went up to Fraser Canyon up towards Lytton, and then we ended up landing there at that small little airstrip over, north of Hell's Gate. Yeah, in BC. Yeah, there's nothing for airfields along, there's nothing for sandbars along here in the scenery. So I think we'll land at Hope, we'll back taxi and take off and head back towards Pitt Meadows, I think. I like how the cars aren't driving on the highway. Winds are in favor of runway 7 right now, so we'll go straight in. Not doing very good with this one. We're too low. Yeah, Peter, I was actually surprised because when I first flew into Thompson or in the Fraser Canyon the first time, like when the sim first came out, it wasn't that great, but it's like some things did get updated somewhat with the scenery through there, and it actually was, that was actually, I think that flight was my favorite flight out of all three of them. The second one that we did in Alberta was all right, but it wasn't anything special, I don't think. And then the one in Nova Scotia, when we flew around, what you call it, Peggy's Cove. I like that one too, but the first one was my favorite, I think, out of the three. I actually kind of wish somebody else would have been there for that one because I think they would have liked it. Just too bad with what's been going on, but yeah. I think if I was to choose another flight up there again, I think I would take off from that same take off from Lytton and head north up towards like Cache Creek or something, or even over towards Kamloops. And even that would be a nice way to kind of finish off that same kind of flight in general. Just because even once you get up towards like Kamloops too, it's just nice because you start seeing more of like the desert kind of scenery once you get north of Lytton. See, that turned like nothing. Like I hardly even pushed on the rudder pedal and it just fucking, it turned like I was pushing on the brakes. That was weird. These controls are really sensitive on this. I'm almost tempted to go up that way now instead. Maybe we'll... God, now I'm getting so many ideas of what I want to do, and I hardly even get on here much now to do these kinds of things or anything. Then I'll come time to where I have time to do it, and I'll just forget about it. All right, I'm gonna get another screenshot. Do I want to get it with the river? There we go. That'll work. Like you can't zoom in that far anymore and get the name tags, it seems like. Another one to add to the book or to the album or whatever you want to call it. All right, Moet, thanks for flying along and thanks for... Yeah, thanks for flying along. I was surprised when I turned around and seen you there. It was nice to have you fly along. And good night. All right, Wills, what do you think we should do? Head west back towards Vancouver, or should we head north up the Fraser Canyon? Actually, here, let's do a poll. It's gonna be two options. It's gonna be where should we go? And then I'm gonna put west or north. I'm gonna make it a short poll too, so it's not 5 minutes long like the first one was. Love a poll. I'm fine with either because both areas are nice, and even if we were to go east, we could fly up along Harrison Lake, or west, we could go up Harrison. Yeah, we could go up Harrison Lake just a little ways as well too, and then kind of head over towards Stave Lake or something. But I see more people are choosing north. You have no idea. You live in Australia. Northest way to Santa Claus. You know where we should fly sometime is like north up in like Svalbard or something like up north of like Norway or something like that. All right, north it is. So we'll take off heading east again, and then we'll head over towards Hope, and then we'll head north up the Fraser River from Hope. I wonder how long of a flight would be if we took off from like Norway and then we went north up towards that way. In an airliner anyways. Seen so many ideas now and I can't even get the time to do them for the most part. Alright, I am all set to go if you are. It's in Finland. Okay. Oh yeah, my track car is paused. Yeah, see, this is really sensitive. Like, I'm hardly pushing on the rudder pedal and it just turns like anything. Now, before you used to have to put your... It's almost like it has the characteristics of the tail wheel. Because any other plane, it seemed like you always had to kind of hold the brake in. To kind of make it turn sharp like that, and now it's taking nothing to make it turn sharp like that. Oh, I see somebody else there. Ah, B squad leader. I thought I'd seen another plane there. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering if that's what it is. I'm gonna have to fly one of the other planes that I normally fly and see what it's like still, and see if it's that, or see if it's messed up with every plane that I have now, or if it's just this one for some reason, and see if I gotta make a custom profile for this plane or something. But that could be it. I won't mess with him for now, though. So far it's been working still all right, other than the first landing there where I kind of put it over on its wing. Thinking I might use the autopilot for this flight. Maybe. I don't know. There's no fun in that, though. Should switch tanks again. Why did it disappear? There it is. Yeah, I think I might use the autopilot for this, actually. Actually, that's actually climbing pretty quick. I don't know why it went right up to... Yeah. Oh, it's that flaps in. All right, so we're climbing up to 3,500 feet for now. This way, at least I can kind of look outside a little bit as well too, and look at chat instead of my head going everywhere. And yeah. Yeah, your sensitivity did. I don't think you're that sensitive. Oh God, not a Star Trek joke, but hello, Beamer 19 or Dreamer 1969. I'm still trying to figure out why he would have gone to Chilliwack. Like, there's nothing there to go for. It's like a small city and that's it. I'm surprised that he even went there. I don't know why. There's never any air shows or anything. The air shows Abbotsford, that, I mean, that usually happens every August. I'm thinking to myself, like, the only thing in Chilliwack is usually like the farm smell. If you want to go there for the farm smell, you might as well just go in the bathroom and smell your toilet. Actually, that was probably not that nice to say. I wonder if that airstrip in Lytton's even actually open anymore. I think Cash Creek is still. Even the one in Lytton, though, too, there's actually another smaller grass airstrip, like a little bit south of there, in an area called Boothroyd, which is up Fraser Canyon, too. Probably like, it would be like a 15-minute drive north of Boston Bar, something like that, anyways. But I'm not even sure if that gets used anymore either. Your wife is from Chilliwack? Well, I guess there are nice golf courses around there, though, too, if you think about that. Because I used to go to Shiam all the time, or up to the one up in Cultus Lake. Actually, Cultus Lake is nice to go to. So there's that. Thank God for AC. Yeah. Toilet water is accurate. You ever notice when you drive through there too on a morning? I mean, on a morning when it's foggy along Highway 1 and it's the fog kind of has that like brown kind of tint to it. It's kind of disgusting when you look at it. Even Abbotsford's not that great. Abbotsford, you still kind of smell it a little bit too, but it's not as, yeah, it's methane. Abbotsford, you smell it a little bit though too, but it's not as bad as it is when you get closer to Chilliwack. Though Chilliwack, you really notice it. Quick roll the windows, my ears are burning, or my eyes are burning. Yeah. It doesn't help. There's nothing that helps. You can even put your air on instead of recirculating, it's just inside the vehicle and it still gets in somehow. It's strong when they spray at night or early in the morning on certain days. See if we can see Hell's Gate again. Still got a little ways to go because we're not even at Spuzum yet. Should see the highway cross the river, and then that'll be right around Spuzum. Microsoft will kind of teach you a little bit, but yeah, enough to fly in the sim anyways. There are little tutorials at the start. Yeah, see, Peter knows. Don't listen to anything I say though, because my skills are terrible. Oh God, Peter. No. Fly IRL? Not a chance. I'm not a real pilot. There are times where I thought of maybe going to learn how to, but I can't bring myself to do it though. You live in a farming area and you don't even smell it anymore. I wish I could say the same. If you have the time and the money to do it, I'm sure it's worth it for sure. Well, the simulator's not that hard, really. Like, I mean, once you get into it and you spend a couple days, like, just messing around with it, you kind of pick up little things with the basic. I mean, with the smaller, like, more generic planes like this, anyways. Like, once you get into the more complicated planes, it might get to a point where you might have to watch some videos and stuff on it. But for the most part, this is nothing. Oh God, Aeroflyer. FSX is good. I had that. Or I still have it. I just... Hello, Arctic Turn. I was watching you for a little bit last night before I went to bed, but I was tired, so I really wasn't in the mood for talking too much. Otherwise, I would have said hello, but I was in there right around the time that... Actually, I think it was Loud and Deadly, or it might have been... I mean, did that Mario sound or something? Mario jump one? Then I remember seeing you killing yourself laughing when that happened. Unacceptable, sir. Be better. Okay, I'll be better. See, at least I was there, though. You can tell I was there because I knew about that. Yeah, the timing was good on that. And then it was right around the time too that they did the other one too, the Mario died or something like that. We're just gonna clear that mountain. Oh, there's Hell's Gate. I'm gonna live pause, go into drone cam, and then we'll head down, take a quick look. I mean, okay, I gotta speed it up a little bit. This music's gonna put me to sleep. So there's the main parking lot, but there should be another parking lot, right? It's not actually not even in here. I hate the drone cam. So there should be 2 trams, but there's only one that goes up and down for some reason in the sim. But that's actually still pretty neat that they animated it though. So this is in the Fraser Canyon, just south of Boston Bar a little bit. Probably like 10-minute drive. If you're ever in southern BC, it's a nice place to go check out anyways. It's not cheap, not expensive to go across either. And you can walk across the bridge too if you really want to, but the tram is nicer. They kind of give you a bit of a speech about what happens here at Hell's Gate, like with the fish ladders being here and stuff like that. I used to have the speech memorized when I worked there when I was a kid, but I forget it now. But here you actually have like the little gift shop here as well too, a little fudge factory store, and then you got the restaurant here. Then there's also a cafeteria right beside the actual restaurant that you can go sit down at as well too. So if you're ever in the area, it's worth going to check out for sure. Like it's nice. It's a nice little spot to go, like especially going midday, like around lunchtime. Fudge. Yeah, it is cool. It's funny that they only put the one tram going up and down though. Like it's too bad they didn't put the other one side by side and have them go like past each other. But this was with the World Update, the Canada update there that came out. What was it, like 3 weeks ago? No, it would have been 6 weeks ago now. Yeah, this is one of the things that came out with the scenery. So it is default Arctic, and it's the one that came with the World Update. So it's everybody's got it. I think it's around a 30-mile drive north of Hope as well too. So like even if you're down like southern BC and you're in Hope or whatever, like it's only a 30-mile drive to come up here and check it out too. So it's not that bad. It'd be like around a 40-minute drive, 35-minute drive or something like that. Fish ladders, not fisheries, but fish ladders. Just because the current here is so strong, like the rapids and stuff or whatever, they put the fish ladders in to help the salmon get up to travel north along the river. No, don't say sorry for asking. I was happy to answer it. I'm terrible at answering questions though, but yeah, don't say sorry for that. Oh, sure, you betcha. God. Yeah. As soon as I read that, I kind of clued in. Oh, God. It's even got the little cabins there, too, that you can see from the... Right here is actually where the railway tracks would be for CP Rail. But yet they aren't in the scenery, though, which... It's kind of sad, somewhat. And then CN would be on the other side. Which isn't modeled either. Alright, let's get back in the plane. Carry on so I'm not keeping everybody waiting. In your uni, there were fisheries on the Mad River, 5 types of trout in a separate area for salmon. So you have like different pools then you're saying or something like that? I guess, I don't know. I'm probably getting it mixed up with something else. Oh God, now I get the hiccups. I just forgot I have my pop still that I stopped from when I stopped at McDonald's on the way home. All right, so Lytton should be... How much farther? We're on another 27 miles or so. So we're not that far from there anyways. Could even keep on going up towards Cache Creek, actually. You know what, let's do that, because we already landed in Lytton when we did stream with, or the Sunday fly-alongs with Sim. Ah, it was a fish hatchery then, okay. Yeah, let's keep going up towards Cache Creek instead. So Cache Creek would be Charlie Alpha Zulu 5 for our arrival. Oh, fuel. Are we gonna make it? Bad pilot. Or bad fake pilot. Never noticed that up top there where it says the speeds. I don't know, should we land in Lytton or should we just keep on going? The fish should go nuts for them. That'd be cool to see. I'm torn now. Do I want to land here or not, or do I want to keep on going? Don't have very far to find out. I mean, to decide though, because I think it's pretty well right up there, because I think that's where the river splits, and then the Thompsons starts going that way, and then the Fraser River keeps going northwest that way instead. So the airport should be right around... Should be right around there in that area, actually. Land, all right. Then I'll top up the fuel when we're there too. Sure wanted to pitch up there when I took the autopilot off. No, we have a little bit farther to go. That's actually Boothroyd right there. So that's that grass strip that I was talking about right there. So we don't want to go to that one. We want to keep on going a little bit farther up still. think if I remember correctly, I think the elevation of that airport is like 400 feet, but I can't remember for sure though. Or somewhere, I mean, somewhere in that area, anyways. It's too bad you see some of the Minecraft textures still in the scenery though. Oh yeah, I was way off. We still got another 14 miles to go still. Minecraft equals clear cutting. I guess that's one way to look at it. It's a little bumpy, landed on the grass strip. Good to know. I'll avoid that then. Sorry, B squad leader. I should have been more on top of which one we were actually landing at. I thought we were closer to Lytton for some reason than at that point. I should have landed there too then, just for the sake of it. So this airstrip doesn't actually have any runways that show up in a chart or anything like that, or any charts for it. But it should be a heading of like 20 degrees or 200 degrees, depending on which direction you're going anyways. And if it doesn't show up on your GPS or anything, it should be right on the east side of the highway when you start heading kind of northeast there a little bit actually. So right just northeast of where the river splits apart into Thompson and the Fraser. Usually I think the easier way to come in is going to the north and then kind of doing a left or a right downwind approach and then kind of coming in that way from the north and then landing south. Hey Zodius. Have you reinstalled the sim yet and give it a shot or anything like that, or have you still kind of just avoided it? No? All right. Some stuff has changed, but I don't know. Some things aren't any better, some things are a little bit worse, some things are better. I'm curious to see what yours or Fess's opinion is, though, of it. At some point. Well, at least this one would be easier than X-Plane though, because at least this one you just have to install it and that's it. You don't really have to add anything yet because you have nothing that you purchased for it. But yeah, X-Plane it would be that way though. That's why I still haven't reinstalled X-Plane yet. I just haven't had the patience to do it anymore. But this is actually the first time I've been even ran this in like 3 or 4 weeks though. So if I'm only using it this much now too, it's probably not even worth it for me to even reinstall X-Plane right now either. What is that sticking up out of the ground there? It looks like a stack for something. Well, there shouldn't be any kind of a stack there, I don't think. Maybe there is. Maybe that's where they put the high. I mean, maybe that's where they were building the dam or something like that. So that airstrip should be right over here somewhere. There it is, right there. Go see the shit ponds. I was kind of talking about Kamloops earlier. Maybe we will go up that way and go take a look at the shit ponds. Oh, crap. Too slow. Too low already. Oh, this is great. Oh, rugged one. The shit ponds. Yeah, we'll go to Kamloops. It's not like it's that long of a flight to get there anyways. And those ship ponds are right across from the airport anyways, so it'll be easy to see them. You can even see the stack or whatever that comes up from there now too. Or the mill that's right beside it. Alright, fuel. Little club teak. You have to ditch early and go to bed. All right. Have a good night, Aeroflyer. See you at some point here in the next week or so, I think. Zodius, are you still coming back up this way again this week? Probably turd farms. It was this week that you were saying that you're coming back up here again, was it? I can't remember now. Some areas are a little bit better for it now, but there's a lot of areas where it's still kind of shitty looking. Like if you fly up around like Revelstoke and Golden, still a lot of the ortho up there is still kind of shitty looking from Bing. Like it hasn't really been updated or anything like that. But like the Thompson here so far is, I mean, like through the Fraser Canyon here, like it's been better. You leave Thursday morning? I thought so. I'm around until Monday and I head back to work on Tuesday, and I might even be down around here for work still. Anyways, I'm not even sure where I'm going yet, so I might be around here still if if you're around. Yeah, it's patchy there. And then what was I thinking about? There are some areas like even that we flew over already though where it's still kind of like where it was like Minecraft kind of scenery or something like that too, where it's a little patchy and blocky kind of looking or something like that. But I don't know, there's stuff that's better, like even around here like in Lytton right now, like it's a lot better than it was when we did this flight the first time when the sim first came out. So this has been improved anyways, at least as far as I can tell it has. Oh yeah, I remember why the flight director's on now, because I had the autopilot on. Yeah, for the most part it is. But a lot of the scenery defects that we used to see though are kind of gone now anyways. Like you don't have the spiky things sticking up anymore or anything like that, so they did kind of fix some of that stuff. The water kind of is still fucked up a little bit though too, where you have the water kind of climbing up the hill a little bit and stuff like that, but it's not as bad as it was either. But the FPS around Vancouver now is kind of worse than what it used to be, even on the same settings that it has since the sim came out. I was getting stutters there earlier now, so I don't know if that's just from the sim, whether if that was from the world update with the bridges added in and some of the custom buildings and stuff now too and things like that. I'd have to take a closer look at it now and see what it's like. See, someone's still back there. Must be Wilson at still. Yeah. Wells is probably at the FBO. Oh. Flaps are still in too. Went too far. That'll be better. Hello, Sam Boss. B squad leader is in the Beaver, I think. Hello, Scotsman. Yeah, so I think this looks better anyways, compared to what it used to. Even though it kind of sucks, you still see the snow and the clouds in the scenery too. When, well, I guess right now there would be snow on the ground there, but I don't even have it on live weather though. So there are some things that are better, but there's still some things that aren't. So I guess I can tell when this scenery, when this ortho would have been from, it would have been probably from sometime in the early spring anyways. Could just cut right across the Kamloops, but might as well just go north still up towards Cache Creek and then head east from there. It's not like it's that much farther anyways. Because it's around 25 miles to Cache Creek right now, and then it's probably going to be another 30 miles to Kamloops from there. Should be about right. The nearest airport would be probably Charlie Alpha Zulu 5 Sandboss. That'll be the one that would be heading over, I mean, that we're heading towards to right now, which is 23 miles from where I am right now. Here, I'll type it in chat for you. Yeah, you got it. We're heading to Camp South 75, so Charlie Yankee Kilo Alpha. We're gonna head over there and take a look at the shit ponds and the scenery to see if they're there still. And then after that, I'm not sure where we're gonna go to, whether if we're gonna head east still from there or head south down towards Merritt or what we'll do. But we'll go somewhere. I'm not ready to shut it down yet. Yeah, CYKA. Yeah, so after that, we'll either head south to Merritt or we head over towards Salmon Arm. Or we could even go down towards Douglas Lake or or even Kelowna or something like that. Actually, that's one thing we could do is go to Kelowna because I haven't seen what the airport's, what the scenery, what my FPS is like there yet with the, after the update and having the scenery there from FSIM Studios. Because even from Kamloops to Kelowna, it's only 80 miles. Yeah, it's a nice airport. They did a good job with it, even though, well, they did too for X-Plane when they did it for X-Plane, as well, but that and YVR are the only two airports that I bought so far for this sim. And I have them both for X-Plane as well too, so I kind of wanted to see what it was like as in, like for comparison anyways. The only thing I noticed for the one for YVR is that there's one runway that the airport, that the runway markings are wrong. Where they got them mixed up or something when you're approaching, I think it's, which runway was it again actually? Yeah, for 13 and 3-1, they put it backwards for some reason. Kelowna's good too, or Vancouver's good too. Vancouver, if you get Vancouver, it's not bad for FPS, for frame rates or anything like that. I was surprised I hardly got any kind of a hit there at all from that. Even in the airliner too, even in the 737 with all the displays and everything, it was still good. I actually almost kind of think I had more of an FPS hit at Kelowna than I did with Vancouver. And even in Kelowna, it wasn't that bad for FPS either in the Cherokee anyways. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll go to Kelowna. We'll take a look at that and see what it's like as far as FPS after the update and everything. See if anything's changed or not with it. So stopping Kamloops first. We might even just overfly Kamloops, but we might land quickly when we're there. And then we'll take off and head to Kelowna, and then that should be a decent amount of time or whatever. And then by then I'll probably be at a point where I would have to head to bed anyways. I see you there now, Sam Boss. I'm trying to remember, did they give any kind of a discount at all? Like if you bought the if you bought them for X-Plane, I can't remember if they gave you a discount or not for what you call it, for MSFS. All right, so that was at 15. Yeah, that's at 20 still. Oh shit, almost flew into the side of the mountain. See, there you can tell it's not the greatest ortho, but at least it's the desert, so it's not like it's not like you're really missing much of anything anyways. Ashcroft should be right over here somewhere. So the farther you get off the highway, you can really notice a difference. Down near the highway, like it's actually pretty good, but once you get farther away from the highway, it's kind of shitty looking. I was actually right down here 2 days ago. This is an area called Basque. Actually, no, this would be Tiketic. Basque would be a little bit farther. Actually, no, that would have been Basque because Sundance Ranch is right. I mean, is right up here off the highway that heads towards Merritt. Yeah, that was Basque. And then Black Canyon is right here. The hills actually are pretty dark when you get here too. Like they actually do kind of have like a black color to them, especially through here. So that actually resembles it pretty good. And then there's the Trans-Canada Highway that runs along there still. I think it was like 4 or 5 years ago. This is where a pretty good forest fire went through here as well too. Yeah, Basque. So right around here should be where there's usually like an Esso gas station. And then that'll be the road going down into Ashcroft, which is right here. Where my mouse pointer is, that'd be Ashcroft. So the town of Ashcroft, and then Cache Creek would be just north of where Sandboss is. So Sandboss is right where the airport is, and then there's like a little garbage dump right there as well too, and then just north of there is where the town of Cache Creek is. That's actually pretty good. It actually does look good the closer you get to the river. There's not really anything that Basque though. Like down there, you got the railroad tracks, so you got both CN and CP that both run side by side there. They kind of join up with each other, and there's a junction there where they can. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into too much detail about it, but anyways, that's one spot where they kind of have an interlock and where they can run from one railroad to the other, because there is a certain section of track that they share between the two of them. And then down that way too, there's just like a couple little farms or ranches or something like that as well too. So there's not really anything there. Like Basque isn't really a town or anything. It's just like a little area outside of Ashcroft more than anything. Probably partly Indian Reserve as well too, actually. So what we'll do is we'll let Sandboss take off, and then we'll head up towards Cache Creek, and then we'll turn east over top of the town and then follow Highway 1 along over towards Kamloops. And then on the north side of Kamloops Lake is where you would see the airport. And then south of the south side of the lake, you would see the shit ponds. All right, Club Teak, thanks for coming by and have a good day at work again. No, they're not a point of interest. They should be. Yeah, there's the town. So there's Cache Creek. There he is. Now he's on the roll, but I mean... So I'm going to turn east here, probably ahead, and of 050 should... Actually, probably 060 will probably be enough, I think. Maybe I'll add. Maybe that'll be one of the requests to Asobos when they put out the next world update. The shit ponds and Kamloops have to be a point of interest. But the one thing that's good though is with that I Love VFR mod from flightsim.to is you can see the stack there for the mill that's right, for the pulp mill that's right beside it. So Domtar, I think it's called. It just took off. You're already in love with the beaver. I still haven't looked at it yet. I will one day this week, I think, but I haven't looked at it yet though. I never looked at the A310 either yet. I'm kind of curious how well that is, considering that it was supposed to be a payware plane at the start and it's not anymore. But I hear Inabuilds has to put out an update for it though, because I guess there's FPS issues or something with it. Landing will be tricky without pedals. Yeah, I think by that point the methane's gone out of it though, so I don't think there'd be anything that would really... Well, actually no, that's not true because you can smell them when you're right there still. Especially in the summertime. Holy God, does that stink when you're working around there. I should be flying over the provincial park here pretty quick. The Juniper Beach Provincial Park, I think it's called. There's the gravel pits. Yeah, so the provincial park is right here. Right there should be a campground if it actually shows up in the sim or not. You might be able to see a campground right where my mouse pointer is right now. And then Wallashine's not that much farther up either, which is a little community along the way. Wallashine should be right around there because there should be a bridge that goes across the river if it even shows up in the sim. Yeah, there's the campground. Then up here near Wallachine, there's actually another gravel pit that should be right there pretty well. There's a lot of little lakes to go camping at too up here. And then there's a YouTuber that living the van life. He actually did a trip up here probably like 2019 or something like that, I think, and he actually camped around this area with his van. Yeah, there's the bridge that goes across the Wallachine. So you come off the highway here, drive down this dirt road, and there's the bridge that goes across, and then you can drive up to where the buildings are here. There's the gravel pit right there. And then Savinaw's right up here, and then you got Kamloops Lake right there. And then the ship ponds are right beside Kamloops Lake. For some reason I thought there was an airstrip at Savinaw as well too, but I might be wrong about that. Alright, that's enough of the outside sounds. Right there is a gas station, but it doesn't really show up in the sim at all. It's not modeled or anything. The buildings aren't even there, but you can kind of see it in the ortho. So technically this is Kamloops, or Thompson River still, but it is Kamloops Lake though. But it Kamloops. So once you get east of Kamloops, it narrows up. It goes narrow again, and then it turns back into a river. You got to see it right now, Sandboss. There's actually snow up there right now. Not a lot, like just enough that it kind of covered the ground so it's white, but it's not, probably no more than like an inch or two anyways. But it looks really nice right now though. Like I was driving through there actually I came home that way on yesterday. Because I was up in Kamloops until Sunday morning. Yeah, because that would have been when I stopped in Basque as well too, or was that Saturday I was in Basque? I can't remember now. All the days are kind of blending together now, but yeah, I wish I would have gotten some photos actually when I was up that way. I did get one photo actually that would have been just east of Kamloops Airport that I can share in the Discord actually. Where is it? Actually, I could probably use the drone cam too and kind of go like kind of over where I was sitting when I got it. Where is it? Well, that kind of sucks. I can't do it that way. I have to do it this way. Alright, see you later. Dreamer 1969. Have a good night. The City of Five Seasons. I gotta make a channel for this actually, but I'll put it in. I'm gonna clear it still. Alright, where can I put it? I'll put it under game and screenshots for now. So there's a link to where it is in the Discord anyways. That's one picture that I took on... What day would that have been? Probably Friday, I think I took that picture actually. So that would have been right in Kamloops, so a little bit just east of where the airport is. So when we land, I'll actually use the drone cam and I'll kind of show you kind of where I took that picture from. And if you can't see it with that link or whatever, I'll show it to you in the stream there in a minute. So there's the airport. Let's see what direction the winds are going right now. Winds are variable, so we'll just go straight in on runway 9. Oh, there we go. Ballooning up again. I'll have to make a channel for like IRL photos or fuck, I can't see photos right now. Yeah, shut up. Keep all you want. I guess I haven't really been doing anything with the mixture at all either. I don't even think it's doing anything anyways. Nope. Oh, it is, but very little. I think if I was to go back on pilotage and start flying right now with how I've been off of it for a little over a month now, I think I'd probably end up getting in shit for too many mistakes. What's with this music? That'd be a nice flight with it. There's the one too with the I mean, the version with the floats also, isn't there? The brakes sure slowed it down quickly. Holy shit. That stopped like nothing. All right, I'm gonna stop at the ramp and then we'll use the drone cam, go over, take a look at the shit ponds. And then I can show you too where that picture was that I took. Sorry, Sam Boss, I wasn't trying to make you speed up or anything. I was just, or be squad leader, I was just a little bit too quick on the throttle. Oh, no. See, Wilson Nats is there now and Sam Boss is landed. You know what? I'll get a screenshot before I move over there, actually. Wrong button. Surprised there's no scenery for Kamloops yet. Gonna need a new prop. Thank you for trimming the grass. All right. All right, that one's done. And okay, how am I going to show this? I think I can do it this way. Or Streamlabs. Okay, display capture, I can show you this then. So that's the picture that I took. So we'll go over and take a look at that. And I can kind of show you where that was. But first, we're gonna go find the shit ponds. So this is where the shit ponds are. So it's not really, it kind of looks more just like pools than anything, but you kind of see like the foam that happens in them anyways. So yeah, these are the shit ponds, the sewage treatment facility. And then right beside it, you got the pulp mill right here. So you can actually see like the pile of pulp that would be there. And then you'd have the excavator going up and down or kind of pushing it out front of the loader. And then you can see the stack up here that actually is there. But I think this is the I Love VFR add-on that put the stack there, though I don't think it was there before in the sim. Yeah, that smell that comes from the pulp mill is just, that's the worst part, especially in the summertime. You can really smell it when you're out in like Valley View. So out the east end of the city anyways is where you really smell it, and even like kind of up in like Aberdeen. And this is where I was when I took the picture. So there you can see the same mountain. So it looks a little bit different right now because right now you'd actually have the rain, or the snow there a little bit. Like it usually this time of the year though in Kamloops, the weather can still change and it could still be warmer with no snow, but right now there's a little bit of snow there anyways, like an inch or two on the ground. But I think this week it's supposed to warm up again, so it's probably gonna melt and then just be back to just plain kind of desert looking kind of scenery. Yeah, you can, but it kind of overdoes it a little bit though. But here, let's add it. See, right now it shows the lake. Even the lake shows to be it's frozen. Here, let's actually drop that down. We'll put custom. No, not time. I'm pushing around shit. There. Now we got the snow. Just the trees are a little bit too green. There's nothing on them. A couple feet in Calgary, you guys can keep it. There's actually another picture I took there a few weeks ago. Actually, it would have been a couple weeks ago. I'll try to dig that one up too, actually. So this one would have been, yeah, it would have been around 2 weeks ago. So you can still see the yellow leaves on the trees and on the branches. On even across the river as well too. The quality's not as good in this one for some reason as it was in the other one. I think the resolution was less. But just the colors and stuff that you'd see in the fall or whatever actually adds to it more. There is. I haven't looked at it yet either, and I think it's one that you got to pay for because I think it's through Rex, I think, is who did it. Sending it back over the Rockies. They can have it in like Golden and Revelstoke. They can have it if they want it, but I don't want it down where we are. All right, let's get back over to the weather. Can go back to clear though. There we go. All right, let's head down to Kelowna. If anybody is around still. Wilson Hats is here still. And thanks B Squad leader, and thanks Sandboss for flying along too. Oh, Sandboss is over there still, or B Squad leader, one of the two. Oh crap, I'm in the wrong view, aren't I? Reset position. There we go. All right, we'll take off. We'll head down towards Kelowna. I think we are just going to... we'll fly along Highway 97. Go over towards Monty Creek, and then we'll fly south from there. Over towards Vernon and then down. That'll be nice. You had to bail? All right. Well, thanks for flying along anyway, Sandboss. That was great having you there for the one leg. Downloading all the hand stuff from the marketplace. You have to let me know how it is. All right. Well, taxi back over to runway 9, and then we'll head out from that way. B Squad leader's over there. We'll just head over behind him, and then we'll take off from there instead. Maybe we'll take off towards the west, and then we'll just loop around and head east from there. I'm almost tempted to say screw the VOD and change the music and listen to something more upbeat than this. There's a name I recognize. Thanks for the follow, KW for life. Oh shit. Bill Mays too. Hey Bill Mays, thanks for the raid. We're just taking off from Kelowna and heading, or not Kelowna, we're just taking off from Kamloops and heading southeast towards Kelowna right now. This will be our final leg of the main leg of the night, but anybody's welcome to join if you want to. We're at CYKA right now and then heading down towards CYLW. If you want to join and run a North Europe server, but Bill Mays, thanks for the follow, and KW for life. Hello, thanks for the follow as well too. Wilson Hats still here. Me like planes. Thanks for the follow. Good evening, Bill. Thanks for the raid again. I managed to get some of your streams. I heard about you through Conti, and then we were watching one night with Conti when he raided you, and I watched you a few times since then. I just usually lurk a little bit though when I'm on late at night. Idaho Aviation, thanks for the follow as well too. Good to see you. All right, I'm keeping people waiting, and I'm terrible at reading the chat tonight. You're doing the Beaver around Idaho? That must have been a nice flight. I think the last time I watched you, you were flying the Caravan, I think, actually. Or it might have been 414. I can't remember now. It might have been one. It was one or the other. I can't remember which one it was. My memory's terrible now. I think it would have been. What would that have been now? Like 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, I think. Because it was on a Monday night. I remember watching it on Monday night. I think that was the last time I managed to get into your stream was on Monday. Yeah, it would have been around 2.5 weeks ago, I think. Or 3 weeks ago. It would have been 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago today was the last time I was able to catch one of your streams, but hopefully I'll be able to catch one sometime this week, though, again. Yeah, it was the caravan. I think you were saying it was the first night you were flying the steam gauge one as well, too, I think. If I remember right. I gotta do some shout outs here. I haven't been good with that tonight. When I get the autopilot on, I'll get caught up on those. I'm not doing great with this tonight. I'm not doing great with anything tonight. Heli? Yeah, I think so. I think you should be able to, I think you should be able to manage that with me, I think. Actually, I think I rated you one night too, Bill, but I think it was when I kept spelling your name wrong the first couple times because I didn't realize that your two L's were actually two capital I's at first. That threw me off the one night, I think. All these people that I'm giving shout outs to right now, go follow every one of them. They're all great to watch. There was... Who am I missing? There's somebody else I'm missing right now, I think. Oh yeah, Poutine Flyer was here too. I forgot about that. And Dude Fly now, thanks for the follow. And Dingo, thanks for the follow as well too. I missed that one too. I'm normally better with these things, like even the dead zombie followed me 3 hours ago and I missed it. Oh god. I'm not doing good with the chat tonight. I was usually do a lot better with it. I know I'm missing another one. There's somebody else that was here that I know is streams as well too, and I'm trying to think of who it was now. It'll come back to me at some point, I'm sure it will, and then I'll feel stupid for not catching it. Alright, so we're gonna keep on heading east up towards Monte Creek, and then we'll head south from there, or southeast towards Kelowna. There's the helicopter. Or... Oh, the Bell helicopter. How's that one going so far? How do you like it? Why, Peter? You're right back grabbing dinner. Okay, Sam boss. Oh, we got a few people now. All right, so another 12 miles to Monte Creek, and then we'll head southeast towards Vernon. And then we'll head down to Kelowna from there. And then we'll see how the scenery is handled by the sim update and see if we still got a good FPS there or not, or what. Aviation 101. Yeah, we'll be flying. Actually, no, Rust Brothers will be a little bit east of where we will be, but we'll be close to there anyways, though. They're closer towards like Notch Hill, Salmon Arm, that kind of area. We're just gonna clear it. We could actually go over that way. It wouldn't add very much time on, actually. Yeah, let's do that. We'll head over towards, I mean, because that's a nice area too, actually. That area around Notch Hill, just west of Salmon Arm, is actually a really nice area in IRL, so that'd be a nice little area, place to go to carry on. Then we'll just head south from there down towards Armstrong instead, then Vernon. Yeah, I don't know how 75. I'm confused by that one. Wait, your first stream was last Thursday? I didn't even know you were thinking of doing streaming, Peter. Why didn't you tell me? Oh, I believe you. I'll have to go look at it now then. Actually, I gotta do this too, now that I know. And I know why you... Well, I guess I would have been working, so I wouldn't have been able to catch it anyways, but... Yeah. Now I know. I didn't want to fly this far over. I wanted to be a little bit north of here still. So we're gonna get back over more towards the highway so we can head kind of northeast up towards Notch Hill. You got to put Discord announcements for it in your Discord then, Peter. I was wondering why you're getting so many people added. Well, I wouldn't feel bad about mentioning it because if I would have known, I would have mentioned it already for you. You don't have two streams running by accident right now, do you, House 75? That's the only reason why I could think you'd be getting double audio right now. Yeah, I don't know how to do that either, Peter. I was looking at that a while back, so like I just kind of put something in there once in a while, like before I even, before I start or after I've started manually or something like that. But even, well, Amy used to do it once in a while too when she was around or whatever to catch it, but she hasn't really been around lately to kind of do that for me either. But I don't know, if I figure out how to do it, I'll let you know. The Heli rotors are still a multiplayer. I didn't even notice. No, I don't have the Reno Air Races. I never got that yet. I played Stream later, but probably not. I said maybe not. I didn't say probably not. At least I was being honest, though. I wasn't setting false expectations of, yes, I'm gonna stream and then cancel and say, no, I'm not doing it now. I'm actually surprised I'm not feeling dead yet after being up since 4 o'clock. I have a feeling as soon as I finish, though, that's probably when I'll end up crashing and I'll end up feeling ready to go to bed right at that point. You're averaging 110 knots. I could have slowed down a little bit. Are you still there at all? I can slow down. Oh, it looks like you switched anyways. Because you're in DC3 now, right? That DC3 looks pretty good from what I seen yesterday, even though... Yeah, Conti was streaming that DC3 for a bit last night before his internet went out, and it looked pretty good, actually. So right now we're right over Pritchard pretty well. Should be coming up to Chase here shortly. That should be Chase right up there, I think. You got up at 4 a.m. today, had 2 cups of coffee, went back to bed, woke up and crawled out of bed at 11:30. Those days are nice once in a while. You're into DC3 now, but there's another guy in the bell. Oh yeah. How did you like the bell so far anyways? I haven't actually flown any helicopters yet in this sim. The last time I flew one was the default one that came in X-Plane 11. You have Mondays and Tuesdays off? I work 7 days on and 7 days off usually, but even though 7 days off, when I'm at home, I'm still doing some work-related stuff anyways. So I never really get an actual real day off. It's just some days I might be at home and not having to go anywhere, but I'm still doing computer work and answering the phone and stuff like that. Cabby G2 is fun. Alright, we're coming up to Chase here soon, and then after that we'll head a little bit north still up towards Skylax. And then over towards Sorrento, and then just east of Sorrento around Blind Bay is where it's kind of that general area of where the Rust Valley Restorers would be actually. I think they'd be just a little bit southeast of there, I think is where they're located. Blind Bay is a nice spot. I was supposed to go camping there back in August, but I couldn't get the time off from work to do it though. I thought I could hear it. I'm like, my plane doesn't sound that loud. See, they say the sounds are lackluster in the plane, but when you're outside the plane, you can actually hear it pretty good. It's almost like the sounds are too quiet inside the cockpit compared to being outside. And I don't think you can change the settings from interior to exterior, can you? I gotta look at that now too. I can't remember now. At least the DC3 sound makes my plane sound louder, so it actually sounds like it should be, I think. That's funny. The flybys into DC3 are insane. I have a feeling my mixture's on auto again for some reason instead of it being manual. Maybe not. But it seems like it's increasing really slow. Or my EGT is anyways. So we were just over top of Little Shuswap Lake. And now we're heading over towards the actual Shuswap Lake. So right now we're right over top of Squilax, which is just east of Chase. There's a Squilax bridge that comes over. There's Highway 1, Trans-Canada Highway. Then you come over towards here. And then there's the road that goes along the north side of the lake too that can take you over towards Salmon Arm, or actually I think you can go over to Sycamoose that way too. Yeah, I'd imagine that's something that they're probably gonna change over time is the wing lights. They do look huge, don't they? What airstrip is what? That one there? I didn't know there was an airstrip there actually. Oh, Lakehead, Shuswap, Squilax airstrip. Yeah, airstrip. So there was an airstrip there. I didn't know that. Hello, Sim. I figured you would have been in bed by now anyways. It's late. Isn't it almost 2 o'clock now for you there? Or almost 1:30? Wait, is Denver in Mountain Time or is it Central Time? Almost 12:22. So it is. Yeah, you're an hour behind me then. That's right. I should have known that. That was a dirt moment.
I almost forgot. Make me a mod.
I didn't hear the alert. Yeah, he says that all the time. You heard the alert? Okay, I didn't for some reason. I guess as long as you hear it, it doesn't matter.
Testing 1, 2, 3, 69.
I still never heard it. I'll have to look at that after and see why I can't hear them now. But as long as you're hearing them, that's all that matters. I found out something new tonight, learned something new. I've learned that Peter streams, I didn't know that.
Sim Caesar missed the shit bonds. Also, Scotty Too Hottie must have finally turned off auto
Caesar
mod.
is the shit bonds. No, the auto mod's still on. It just, I think shit is one of the approved terms now.
I learnt about the shit ponds tonight.
That's true. I learned about the airport also. You're correct.
Sim Caesar just cheered with 69, and has cheered a total of 69 Vigintillion 69 Novemdecillion 69 Octodecillion 69 Septendecillion 69 Sexdecillion 69 Quindes.
And Sim Caesar, Peter Mooney, Will Snats, thanks for the bits. I'll fix it and I'll play it again later on for myself so I can hear it. Except to cut off the message. Yeah, it's still doing that. I'll have to check a bunch of YouTube videos and see if I can figure that one out. The bot's voice got tired. So this will be the area that we were talking about before where the Rust Valley Restorers would be from. Or be at. This is that area. So back here would be Notch Hill. There's actually the loop. You can see where the track runs up. That's the Notch Hill loop where there's actually a big loop because of the grade for some of the loaded coal trains and loaded grain trains to get up. I think the Rust Valley Restorers are like somewhere down in here. Because that's tapping right there. Somebody mentioned your sub count earlier too. Yeah. Now the 69 is gone. Dude, Flano, I think one of my buddies actually posted a picture on there a while back. He bought a truck or something off of them, I think. It wasn't like done up or anything like that, but he bought a truck off of him to work on as a project or something, I think. Sorry about the DC3 eating me. Nah, it doesn't matter. It's multiplayer, it's not like it's a big deal. Peter, you only feel slightly dirty being the 70th. And Sim Caesar, thank you for the gift sub to Peter. All right, I think we'll follow 97A. Yeah, 97A for the highway instead. And then that'll take us down towards Armstrong, Vernon, and then we can head south along Okanagan or Kalamaka Lake. And through Lake Country or whatever down to Kelowna. There's another airstrip, but I do know about that one though. That would be Salmon Arm right there. So Charlie, Zulu, Alpha, Mike for the airport. I think it was X-Plane. There's an actual scenery for that one that Canada for X-Plane had at one point. Or it might have been somebody... Well, I know somebody in the stream that... I'm not going to mention the name, but I know he was modifying it at one point, though. Messing around with it. You made a scenery for Vernon a long time ago? Is it still available anywhere, or is it for... Or is it gone now? I haven't been switching tanks again. I think we're on the right tank. Oh, yeah. Nope. It's hard just to sit in a plane and because you can't see as much as you can when you're outside actually looking. Actually, if I remember right too, the scenery that was in X-Plane had some of the buildings modeled in it as well too for Salmon Arms. So like you would have had the Prestige Hotel that would be down on the waterfront of the river, of the lake. But Stockford and had no buildings. Well, either way, it's still anything that's updated. Modified on it would be better than what would be default. So I'm sure it would have been good actually. So you probably updated like the runway markings and taxiways and stuff like that, I'd imagine then. Wilson Nats, I seen joined the Discord. All right, so we're still over top of the highway. We'll be making another slight turn to the left, heading directly south, and then we'll be heading a little bit southwest at that point. And then by that point, we should see the lake. Which I think right up there is the start of it. Multitasking. You wish you could do the outside more often in ETS too. I still haven't gotten Euro Truck Sim yet. I want to get a wheel though before I do that. B squad leader. Yeah, one day I'll get a wheel. But not right now though. Oh yeah, there's the lake. That would be right around where a cold stream would be too, I think. Oh god, if I try to say that name, I'm gonna butcher it, but thanks for the follow. Oh god, I'm gonna have to look at that. I would butcher that one, and I wouldn't do it intentionally, but I would. Gianluca Viadana? That's my guess. Should have brought the G Goose. I still got to take a look at the. I'm gonna forget. I know it. I'm gonna forget to take a look at my settings for the sensitivity on the controls and stuff after I'm done before I go to bed. No, we'll just go 200. So what are the winds in Kelowna right now? Calm. Well, we're on live weather anyway, so it doesn't. I mean, we're not even on live weather, so it doesn't matter. So I think what we'll do is we'll just keep flying over. We'll head right over to Okanagan Lake instead of flying over Kalanaka Lake. And then we'll come in over top of Thompson Lake, which would be Elson Lake Park as well too, and then we'll head in to head in on runway 16. I haven't flown the Grumman Goose either. That's another plane I haven't looked at. There's a bunch of them to look at now, actually. B Squad Leader, thanks for the posting the link there, and I'll take a look at that. Actually, for the Vernon scenery, I'll take a look at that afterwards. I bet it'll probably still work. There's another guy, Digiflyer. He's been making a lot of sceneries as well too, and I think he's been using a lot of the stock, kind of like buildings and stuff like that with it. But he's been modifying like the runways and elevations, I think, and taxiways and stuff like that to make that stuff correct, which is, I don't know. I think that's actually a good thing to do. Like the buildings or whatever aren't really a big deal or anything like that. I think the correct runway markings and stuff like that is what really matters. You've been mostly flying around Vancouver Island right now. You know what's a really nice flight to do on Vancouver Island is from Victoria over towards Tofino. Driving through that little valley, whatever, from the east end of the island over towards the west end of the island. There's a VFR route that I do all the time for that one, and it's a really nice flight. Like, it's one of my favorites, actually. Yeah, Comox is nice as well too. Here, actually, I'll get the route that I usually fly. A VFR route that I usually pick or whatever when I'm flying through there. Which one was it again? There we go, that one. So this, here, I'm gonna keep forgetting to pause the track IR. This VFR route is one of my favorite routes to do through. I mean, from Victoria to Tofino. It's one of the. I mean, because you fly through the one canyon or whatever, and it's really nice because you end up flying over this one lake or whatever that's along there as well too. So Kelowna is at 1,420 feet. So, oh, I know you flew along before. Thanks for flying along, Sam Boss. I know the crash to desktops happen. It sucks too when they do happen. I know I appreciate the fact that you're flying along. It makes it that much better having you guys flying along too. Yeah, so I'll probably start dropping down or whatever right when we get over Thompson Lake pretty well. I think is where we'll start our descent. I think you'll like it. There's a couple scenery issues along the way. Like, it's nothing big though. It's just kind of where you get the textures where it kind of looks blocky, like Minecraft kind of stuff. But it's only two really small spots, and then the rest of it looks really nice. And especially when you come out to like towards the west end of the island, when you see the ocean opening up again too, it's really nice to look. I mean, nice to see. That's one of my favorite flights. And then another one, other than the one that we did today through the Fraser Canyon again, like the one that we did on the fly-alongs 6 weeks ago. There, if you do a flight out of Calgary towards Vancouver, if you land in Abbotsford instead, you do the Hope 4 arrival. Is it the Hope 4 arrival now, or is it Hope 3 arrival still? I think it's Hope 4 now. You do that arrival, that's a really nice arrival as well too, because you come in, right when you're coming in over top of Hope, you see the valley open up or whatever wide for like the Fraser Valley, and that's another really nice approach. I used to do that one all the time in X-Plane, and it just, every time or whatever, it was just like, holy crap, does it ever look nice? I haven't done it yet in this sim. I always did it in X-Plane in the 737. Gazebo mod, and I haven't done it in this sim yet, so I gotta do it in this one and see what it's like. Actually, I can figure out which arrival it is right now. I'll just have to look at the charts here. Yeah, it's the hope for arrival, so HE4. If you do a flight into Abbotsford at all or whatever from Calgary, that's another really nice approach. All right, I'm gonna. How does it do that? It balloons right up when the autopilot comes off. Time to hand fly the rest of it. I should have turned a little bit sooner already, but oh well. Twitch keeps giving you reminders now to do certain things, and I'm not gonna pay attention to that stuff. That's throwing me off here in the DC3. All right, House 75. Thanks for coming by as well too and chilling out. Have a good night. Should still be on the. Actually, no, I'm on the left tank again. Lights are on. Oh, we're low. I lived here for a year, B squad leader, but it was, I think it was like back in like 93 or something, or 94. I think it was when we lived in Kelowna. We lived in Winfield for like a couple months when we first moved out there, and then we moved to, and then we lived in Rutland for, I think we were there for a little, actually it was a little over a year that we were there. Then that's when we moved down to the Fraser Valley after that. There's the airport. Yeah, I would have been there. I think I would have been in grade. I would have been in grade 4 then at the time or whatever, so I'm pretty sure it would have been like 93 or something, I think would have been the time then, or 94. Somewhere around there anyways, I can't remember exactly. Actually, it might have even been even before that. I'm having a hard time remembering now what year that would have been. Kelowna's sure grown now since then, though. From I went to Quigley Elementary. I don't know if it's still there or not, but it wasn't far off of. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was grade 4 that I was there because we moved down to the Fraser Valley and I was living in Hope for 3 years before. I mean, after that, I went to school in Hope for grade 5, 6, and 7, I think it was. In middle school. And I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was grade 5 that I started in Hope. So we would have moved down there right at the end of grade. Right around when I finished grade 4, I think, actually. So I would have been in Kelowna for a little bit of grade 3 and most of grade 4. I remember in Winfield when we lived there for a couple months, we were just right up from 7-Eleven. I don't know if the 7-Eleven is there still or not. I haven't been through there for a while now. That's funny. Yeah, and I think my sister went to Rutland Senior Secondary for like a year or something too before we moved down to Hope. Oh yeah, I've been to Laylaw. I've got a couple of friends that grew up out there actually, and I think their parents still live out there. No, I don't remember. I don't remember any of the teachers' names, to be honest. Yeah, that would have been too long ago for me to remember that now. You always used to yell. uh, I don't know. I bet you anything I'll be sitting here and then I'll start thinking about it and then I'll remember later on. All right, there's the Pappies now. Oh, that was rough. All right, do we want to head over towards the terminal or do we want to just head over to the Shell Aviation down there? It is a small world sometimes. There's... Who was it? There's other people that have come on here too that I've been talking to that have been to places. Actually, there's one person that I met on here too that actually knows somebody that I know. Can't say the name of any, I mean name though or anything like that, but I don't want to dox the person or anything. The DC-3. good enough. I bet this thing could do donuts really good with how it turns right now. Yeah, and then you got Sim Caesar on here too. That's been to Chilliwack before for some reason. The Bell helicopter. You like Canadian girls? Yeah, that's not good. Well, I botched that one up. Yeah, it does look good. All right, I think we're gonna mute the sim sounds though because it's a little loud right now. Go to the drone can. I'm gonna get a screenshot. And right now we're in the middle of nowhere. Oh. All right. Just 1 second. All right. I wish I could do more, but I gotta get to bed at some point here because I gotta do a bunch of stuff tomorrow. Yeah, that's weird why I was doing that again. Well, but yeah, it's all right. So I'm gonna go back and say some thank yous quickly. And thanks to everybody for flying along again. Thanks for Sandbox for flying along earlier. And Wilson Nat's Aviation 101. Fly the World Now, B Squad Leader, Dingo, and yeah, Diego was Sam Boss earlier. I feel like I'm missing somebody else. Wilson Nats. No, you guys, thank you for coming by. It's more fun having you guys here than doing it with nothing, with no one. And Peter, good night. And thanks for coming by as well too. Thanks for the no problem for the Rust Brothers detour. That was worth it actually because that scenery, I mean that area was nice to look at too. So no problem there with that. All right, I'm gonna get these thank yous done those well too. So Chewy Nuts came with a follow earlier and the raid at the same time. Thanks to Chewy Nuts for that again. I know he said he had some stuff to do, so he's going to be lurking. Fearless Gaming US came with a follow as well too. The Dead Zombie came in with a follow. And then November 8033 Fox came in with the, I keep wanting to say Foxtrot because that's what it was before, but he changed it. But Fox came in with the raid as well too. Or with a follow. Yeah, with the raid. That was the other one I needed to do a shout out for. He has a sweet setup, and I know we were talking about it earlier too, but you got to go check it out still too. He's got his little sim setup or sim build that he did there, where he's got the melee planes. Yeah, he's got a sim setup where he built like a Cessna cockpit, but he is able to run different planes out of it too, and it's really nice setup. You guys got to go take a look at it one day when he's streaming it again. Then Bill Mays came with the follow as well. I mean, it came with the raid and the follow as well. Idaho Aviation came with the follow. KW for Life came with the follow as well too. Eli Plains came with the follow. Thanks for that as well. And Dingo 6542 came with the follow as well too. And thanks for flying along also. Dude Flying Out came with the follow as well. And thanks for flying along with us too tonight. Sim Caesar came with a couple bits cheers. Peter came with a bit cheer. Will Snats came with a bit cheer, and then Simpsons just came with another bit cheer and a gift sub for Peter Peter Mooney. Then Gianluca Fiadana. Oh god, I can't say it. Came with a follow as well too. Thanks for that as well. And sorry for laughing about that. I have a hard time pronouncing some names, and I'm sure I just made a mess out of that one. And then SC_ECG came with the follow as well. Thanks for that. And yeah. So I'm glad I was able to stream tonight. I'm glad I managed to get the time to do it, and I wasn't bothered by my phone going off for work or anything either. And I actually had a good day today, more for the most part. And I managed to keep the energy as well too while I was doing this. So I'm happy that everybody was able to come by, and I really appreciate you guys for flying along with me and for coming in and talking like yeah, I've been as well too, just to chat. It's made it fun tonight. Like been going for almost 4 hours now, and it doesn't even feel like it. The time just flew by tonight. Pro Gamer DC3 Acrobatic or Aerobatics, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna just check something here quickly. Mamba Gator Simulations has been a good friend, not just here, but even in another couple channels as well too. And I haven't had a chance to raid him yet. So I think we're gonna raid Mamba Gator Simulations. It looks like he's flying in 737, 700 right now too. So it has been a great night. Thanks, guys. Thanks everybody for coming by. It really means a lot to me. Some of you know what's been going on lately with how I've been and stuff like that, and just having you guys come around just makes it that much better tonight. It's made it be a really fun night, actually. All right, so I'm gonna get the raid started. Otherwise, I'll just sit here and keep mumbling away to the point where everybody will end up leaving at some point because they'll be bored listening to me. Good night, Wilson Hudson. Thanks for flying along again, and thanks for everything tonight. And everybody, make sure you go give Peter a follow. Now that I know that he's streaming or whatever, I know he kind of contemplated it before, but I wasn't sure that he made up his mind or anything for sure. But now that I know that, we gotta. Oh God, Sam. I want to show him support because he's shown me a lot of support, just not here, but just in general, even outside of the streams as well too. So, and a lot of you guys have as well too, or whatever. So I just, yeah, I want to repay it to him at least by doing that. But anyways, everybody have just 1 second here. Keep forgetting about this too. Yeah, so everybody have a great night tonight. Thanks for flying along again, and thanks for everything tonight. And thanks Tim for the shout out for Peter. And thanks for, yeah, thanks for everything. And hopefully we'll see you all again.